Let's talk about the best playbooks inside of Madden 25 right now. The first of which I'm in the Detroit Lions playbook. We talk about single back here. I like this for the red zone a lot. And inside the single back wing pair heavy, we're going to have an RPO stretch alert lookie. This is going to do a good job in the red zone when you just need a couple of yards. We're going to be able to just call this play, hand it off, cut it up, or take it outside. Okay, that's really your options here. Cut it up or take it outside. Don't try to be fancy. Just get your yardage, right? This is a short yardage situation style run. The backside slant is okay if they're just super over committing. This is a little bit different than normal wing pair. This is wing pair heavy, so we get an extra tackle. I don't really like anything else here. The pass plays are cool, but not really. Now, I will say the other one I really do like is the wing stack because we're going to have a halfback dive and we'll also have a halfback stretch. Both are flippable, and so that means we can get into this, run them either way. It's going to do a good job for us. Single back wing's okay as well. Now, I-form is cool. I like the halfback power G. You actually see I have negative 1.5 yards per average. It's because I use this a lot when I run backwards for like killing clock. Keep that in mind. But I do like that quite a bit. Outside of that, the fullback dive is okay. It's nothing too crazy. We have I-form close here, some decent runs. But I want to get into the shotgun because this is really where this entire playbook is made. First and foremost, inside of doubles Y off nasty, and instead of tight Y off weak, we have a tackle trap. For me, this has been very hit or miss. If you're familiar with how usual trap plays are ran, it's usually a pulling guard kicking out. Here, it's going to be Panay Sewell kicking out, right? So I can widen that hole up a little bit. And I've had it be very, very hit or miss. Sometimes I've gotten big plays off of this. I like this in short yardage. Other times I've had it totally shot. So keep that in mind. Another bit of a gadget play we have here is out of the doubles Y off nasty is RPO zone bubble or RPO read zone bubble. What's nice here is that's a read option. I should have just kept it right there, Jared Goff. But it's a read option, and we have a little bubble mixed in. So little cool run plays, little gadget plays you can have inside your arsenal. This formation, though, there's two great passing formations out of it. We're going to have the bunch X nasty and the trips tight and flex. It's actually the offense I'm running right now. And the trips tight and flex, one of the best plays in the game, going to be motion Y post. This thing's incredible. You call this play. Let's go random defense. I like to very simply slant B. And this right here is a good enough. Like this right here is a solid play. It is going to do a really, really good job. And there's slight variations we could do to this to help it against switch stick. Okay. One nice thing that a lot of people don't realize with this is the table route on this, the halfback flat. This is stock. Watch where he ends up. He ends up at about the 34. This is hot routed. He ends up at about the 33. The difference, or actually it's the 26 and 27. The difference here, though, is massive because it's a couple of yards, but it also gets them, like, after the catch, it lets you get better rack. Okay, so it genuinely makes a big difference on throwing your checkdowns, which is very important in this game. The other formation, bunch X nasty, motion, cross, post. This plays great, especially if they're in something like double mug. You know, they try doing this. Let's do a little bit of motion. Here's a good play. Especially if they're pressing. You can kind of see a little bumpage. You can throw this up. Right there, we don't get the leverage we want, but we almost catch it. We don't get the leverage we want right there, but this play is going to do a good job just being a good man beater. A few different ways you could beat it. Here's another way. Let's see. If that guy does run with us, we can go something like this. It would hit this drag back across. I love this versus man. I'm trying to get better with this against zone coverage. I'm just not there yet. And then this also does have smash return. So if you want a good play, smash return right here out of the bunch X nasty. Really, really good. Obviously, there's more stuff that we can't just cover inside this video because it has to be somewhat timely to get to our other playbooks. But you get bunch X nasty, you get the trips tight and flex. You are going to be moving, cruising, and grooving. Other one I want to mention, and this is a shout out to Steve, is double dig right here out of 5 wide. This play is incredibly good. You have 3 stock zig routes, really 2 from the slots though. So it's going to be really, really tough to defend in both man coverage and zone coverage because these guys will get in between zones really well. And then the whips do a good job against man. Next up, we got to talk about the Green Bay Packers playbook. Now, under center, once again, it's cool. It's okay, right? Really, you'll never hear me say the under center is good in any of these playbooks, but there are some that are bad. So this one's okay again. We have single back wing close. You're going to have a wide zone. You'll also have a duo and a dive from this. These are all decent. Wing flex close. You will have a zone weak, which is actually decent. And then you'll also have a stretch and there is no dive in this one. I thought there was a dive, but there's a jet sweep. So that's pretty decent. Rest of them, decent. Wing tight nasty would be cool if it had a stretch. It doesn't, though. Deuce close is just, man, it's not very good this year, I feel like, but you have it. I-form, you do have an I-form close flex, which you could flip this stretch to the right or to the left, which is nice, okay? But this thing gets sexy when you get into the shotgun formation because, immediately you see gun tight Y off. Typically, if a playbook has this, it's like, okay, it has one halfway decent, okay formation. Like, sure, right? We want more, though. Doubles, wide trips. Trips tight end. Well, right? Count the thumb as a finger. That's 1. Bunch wide, 2. Bunch strong offset, 3. Bunch strong nasty, 4. Bunch tight end, 5. Tight open, 6. This bad boy has 6 different formations that are just dogs. Like, they're dogs. They're really, really good. So, let's talk about this some. So, immediately with the trips tight end, gonna have your standard trips plays pretty much. My favorite of these is probably gonna be curl flat. Again, you can run these a bunch of different ways. Easiest one, though, probably curl flat, and we'll just drag the tight end on this. So, you do something like this. Make the quick read to the left flat, not there. Have tight end crossing. Right, boom. You make a quick high-low to the flat curl route. Little curl flat concept, some would call it. And then you're working your way back into the middle. Right here, not really anything until we get the tight end. Right, but your first read on that play is going to be that flat curl concept. Now, if we go into another formation here, let's check out something like bunch wide. A lot of people scoff at this formation. But let me tell you why you should not scoff. You should not scoff because... Where is this play? Where is it? I think I just passed it. I definitely did. Branch return or corner divide, whichever one you want to do. We will do, for this sake, branch return. This is going to have a return route from the outside wide receiver. So what you're able to do with this is, let's see this return route. You can run a concept like this from bunch wide. This like smash return, right? So you don't have a gun bunch, but you do have a bunch wide where you can run stuff like that. The other advantage that bunch wide gives you over something like gun bunch is look what we can do with this outside wide receiver. Let's say this route, we're doing this route combo, okay? Well, we can actually put this outside guy on a speed out. That's sexy. Do this, then you can hit him on a speed out. He's not open right there. He wasn't open right there, but the speed outs in this game, really, really good. You also do have verticals from this, so you have, that as an option. This right here is a pretty popular route combo. Essentially what I just did, just out of verticals. Can we get this deep out route to be open? We got him. Boom. Catch it. Yes. Well done. So you got that right. We're also going to bunch strong and bunch strong offset. Both really good. Bunch strong offset right here. Bunch strong nasty right there. You have the RPO zone read bubble from this as well, which is just a nice thing to have, along with really one of the best auto motion plays in the game. PA cheat, verticals, Y slide. Incredibly long name. You can do some really cool things out of this. It's very similar to the motion Y cross we talked about before. Bunch tight end, I actually don't think it's that great this year, but it's like a sexy formation. People like it. Tight open's cool. You have a stock wheel route out of a mesh spot, and you'll also have bench return, which is very popular. That's one that people will be calling quite a bit. And then, you can combine all of these bad boys, right? You're going to have a wide trail, dagger, vert to dig right here, RPO alert screen, but then you'll also have some good plays here. Just a lot of really good stuff overall inside the Packers playbook. Anything cool in 5 wide? Not really. Anything cool in the split Y off? Not really. The one thing this is kind of lacking is there's not a ton of RPO reads, right? Which are just nice to have. It only has 1. And I don't believe there's a single touch pass in here as well, which maybe you don't care about. It's always just a nice thing to have these little touch passes. Lions also doesn't have one, but it is nice because they're very good against different blitzes like double mug. Next on our list, we're going to have the Bears playbook. Now, the Bears, first of all, there's a bug with this playbook. I don't know why. It's been in a few years. What you want to do if you're rocking the Bears and you want to run the Bears, especially in like MUT, is you'll go into your main menu settings, okay? I'm not in the main menu, but you'll go into your main menu settings, go here, go into settings, and you'll see an option where it'll be like, choose your favorite team, but underneath that, you'll see an option that says, choose your preferred playbooks. For the Bears, you have to set the Bears as your preferred offensive playbook. I don't know why. It's stupid, but it's just what it is. So hopefully that's helpful. Under center here, I actually really haven't looked at this as much, but I always love when there's a halfback stretch from single back wing pair that you can flip. So I look at something like this. They're kind of shifted hard to the right on defense, which makes sense. They're matching a personnel. Then we just run this stretch to the left side. And it's actually like kind of easy pickings. You know what I mean? Having that in our disposal is always really, really nice, along with just running it to the strong side as well. I believe there's also, a dive in this too. So that's cool. And then the other like various basic single back formations. You'll see a lot of repeat single back formation, I feel like. They're not great this year. They're really not. I form, H pro, not gonna be very good. Pistol out of this is not great either. Really, what makes this one sexy? I'm curious about something really fast. Okay, I just want to make sure. What makes this one really sexy is the bunch strong nasty and really the bunch strong offset. This bad boy is really good. And the reason this one is better than Packers, because you might be saying, oh, Silva have Packers. Well, this one has Flood. And Flood is really unique because it has an outside fade route and then also has a stock deep tight end corner. So I'll show you what a lot of people do. They'll run bunch to the wide side. And if they're going to get someone who's running like a zone blitz on them, they'll streak the tight end, snap the ball. And the reason they like that is because they can make this throw. Very good quick snapping because people want to run zone blitzes, right? Boom, boom, whatever. Now, that is not good against man coverage. In route is, but like that play is not good against man, but it is good against zone blitzes. Keep that in mind. The other way they'll do it, quickly stem this tight end route down. Boom, get after it. Have in route, have basic flood concept, right? It will just take advantage. The custom stem, press Y or triangle, bring up the hot route screen, select the player, hold left bumper, down the left stick, and you can really go wherever. Probably about right here's the ideal area to go to with that. And now we're working, check it underneath. We had the corner route breaking open above as well. Out of the bunch, so that's the play though. Like that play is powerful enough to where there are pro players like D. Croft, who's a part of Civil GG. He runs this playbook for bunch strong offset and for flood. Like it's very, very good. You also have Verts dig. You have Bears QB sweep, which I've seen dudes like Skimbo run before occasionally and like had big plays, but I don't know. Dagger, some good stuff there. The other one I want to mention, this one's a little bit underrated, but it's kind of similar to the bunch wide, is the bunch Y flex. Now, it's basically the same, slight personnel change of where, you know, the tight end is the ISO now, but also the tight end's going to be in close as opposed to in bunch wide, he's out wide. And so from here, you're able to clear out routes for crossers and post routes a little bit better and attack that quick seam a little bit better to him as well. This is not a good play. I just snapped the ball. But like that's a little bit of a difference there. It's really those three formations though are why you are in the Chicago Bears. Keep in mind the play inside post has a route that's very similar to double post. If you look right here. So a play like this is actually really cool. Like this is definitely a play that you could actually run, get some nice things going with. Keep in mind now, in this game, that guy could get switch stick too. So you might have to do something more similar to something like this maybe. Now this would be a tough route combo. As it. Oh, we had A open. They ran match. We had A open for a touchdown. Play matches. Yeah. But really easy. They also have gun trips, which is whatever. Some other things that are kind of whatever. Of course, all these playbooks that we're going over have other cool things inside them that we're just not able to get to for the purposes of time. But I think this one has, this one has RPO read Y flat. So this is a really cool red zone play where you can get this guy open a lot. Or you could hand it off, or you could keep it with your quarterback. Out of Y off trips, RPO read Y flat. Boom, just gotta hit that block first. But we're able to gain yards. Like usually when he catches that ball, he's already upfield like a yard or so. So it's pretty good for the red zone. Next up, we're in the A, Atlanta playbook. Now, once again, we have a single back that is fine. They have the halfback stretch that can go left or right, which I'm a big fan of out of the single back wing pair. A lot of these, like the single back stuff in this game are like pretty similar. We have another, slot stack situation. We have the stretch. We have I form close, which has the stretch. Yada, yada, yada. But we get into the shotgun. We have tight Y off. And this tight Y off, if I'm not mistaken, is going to have tight end corner, which is just one of my favorite tight Y off plays. It's always really good. We also have tight open right here, which you already mentioned. Tight flex is a sleeper. Now, right now with this game, it's not very good. But if things like man blitzes became more popular, and again, I know people are like, oh, mid blitz is really popular. It's like, yeah, but like, no. Like, let me rephrase that. Mid blitz is popular, but people are putting zone coverages around mid blitz for the most part. If you're playing somebody good, they're not just running stock coverage 0 for the most part. That's what I'm getting at. And so with that, this play, PA post shot, is incredibly good and it always is against stock man coverage. Any kind of stock man, this thing's always really good, especially cover zeros and stuff like that. Like, keep that as a note for like future reference. This thing's always really good. I don't run it a ton though when I've ran Falcons, to be honest, just because it doesn't fit the meta, but something to keep in mind. Now, we have normal Y close. This is a good formation, especially to play cheat flat X post, along with, they have a touch pass from this as well, which is good, but we get sexy when we talk about bunch offset and bunch wide nasty. Bunch wide nasty, I actually think is slightly overrated. I think it's very similar to bunch wide flex and bunch wide and some of the others. It has this cool cheat wheel post play, which is cool. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a cool play. It has that auto motion wheel, so it could do a good job against different things. I just had like water come back up my chest. Jeez. Like, it's fine. The way I'd set this up is probably something like this. 1 second. Let me just throw this ball. It's something like this right here. Feel free to screenshot. Where we take advantage of our outside wide receiver being out of speed out. And we do something just like this. Again, it's a fine play. I think it got a little overhyped by some people. But definitely a good play nonetheless, right? So something to keep in mind, something that's definitely decent. Now, next up, we have bunch offset. This bunch offset is pretty cool because it has some cheat plays. PA cheat switch dig could arguably be the best play in the game. It's up there, right? The one thing I don't like about this play when it comes to cheat motions is that we're going to an area that already has a defender, right? Look at Y or look at B and X. That auto motion is going to a place where you already have help. So it's not as valuable as if, let's say, Drake London was in the slot like we've seen in some other formations, but it is still pretty cool. There's a bunch of different things we could do with this style of play. A really popular route combo would be something like this could do a good job. Along with something like, let's say this right here, right? This could also do a good job. I do stuff like this on bunch Y flex, or I'm sorry, bunch X nasty and lions. Also pretty similar. Go drag right here. Bang. Be willing to throw your underneath in this game, boys, because it's very, very important. So that makes this bunch offset pretty cool, along with having all the good bunch plays that you need, like smash return, dig return, bench pivot, corner out dig, and then also having Y trail. Y trail inverts halfback under, of course. You guys all know verticals probably. But Y trail is pretty cool because this post route is like double post. So you can set a play that looks like this, and you'll be able to do a pretty good job. You can also have some other setups with like the basic one. Then if we look at the bunch, I really don't like the bunch for anything outside of the fact that we have the play Y curl out of this. So Y curl is cool. It's definitely been better, but it's one of those plays that has a pretty unique route. We can make this quick read to the halfback ISO side very, very consistently. So if we look at this again, boom, go wheel seam, get the wheel right here, overthrow it. But that wheel's really nice. That stock wheel goes out a little bit further out wide than a lot of wheels. And you're able to do a good job against some of these defenses that have flat defenders coming from the inside, right? Boom, quick throw, get some yards. Bang, Y curl is a good play. Falcons overall is a really good playbook. It's just not a ton of sexy stuff outside of the two auto motion plays I've shown you. Besides those, you're running more traditional bunch, which I don't think is as good in this game as it's been in years past. I will say normal Y off close is a sleeper formation. I think some of these plays are really good, but yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on the Atlanta playbook. All right, Chargers playbook. Again, we have I hate to say it, but you know what? This single back, dude, it's all right. And I know, dude, if you're a single back player, I know how it can be kind of annoying. I will say the Chargers single back does seem to be a little bit better than the rest of them with having a stretch alert lookie from wing. The wing slots needs to be halfway decent. It's just how the game plays. I'd be doing a disservice if I sat here and said I felt like the single back stuff was really good or the under center stuff was really good this year. I've said it in years past where I felt like it was good. Just isn't great this year. Is it totally unrunnable? No, but it's definitely not what I believe will give you the absolute best chance of winning, and that's what we're talking about, right? So I definitely understand it from that point of view, though. With that being said, we're in Chargers for a very specific reason, right? We're gonna have the normal Y off close again, which is cool, right? It's fine. We have some cool stuff, but really what we want to talk about here is the bunch strong offset and then the bunch X nasty. This is gonna have that very, very, very sexy play, flood. But then it also is going to have fake toss slide, which has a pretty decent crosser. If we take a look here, see what this crosser does from B right here. He just is a little bit different. Some people like him quite a bit. So you can do a route combo kind of like this right here. And that'll do a pretty good job, especially at attacking switch stick. That crosser just gets into a nice area to help do that. This will also have a really nice run play called Duo, which does a good job against dollar and dime. So right here, let's go into dime 3-2, it's dollar. And this Duo, for the most part, does a really good job. A little bit different, a little bit more downhill. You should see double teams at the point of attack a lot more than you would on an inside zone. You see that kind of right there, 2 double teams going on. And the issue is that they have to work to the second level, which they don't always do. But you can definitely get some big gains off of this. I've seen people tote the ball down my throat running this run right here out of the bunch strong offset. Now, motion deep post, another play, just has a really deep post and a deep stock out route, which is cool. Then we have Bunch X Nasty. This Bunch X Nasty, very similar to what we had inside of the Lions playbook, but a couple extra plays. We have whip double spot, which is going to have a tight end zig. This is a very unique play, along with a return whip trail. So if you look at this really fast, a little bit of send him in motion. Oh, he's going to come back, and he's on a return route now. Right, and he kind of bumped right there, but you kind of see the idea. This is a cool play. I always love return routes of any kind, and being able to add another one, especially with like motion like this. Only issue is that it becomes kind of predictable. Once you see that motion back, it's kind of like you could run different things. It's just you're probably running that play. There is like another play where he leaks out to the flat that's like, wow, like whatever. But really, the trail offset here is decent as well. But we're running this for Bunch Strong Offset and Bunch X Nasty. If you want those to be your two formations, this is the one you want to run. Boys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It's totally free, and it helps this channel out a ton. Hopefully, you're able to learn something, add something to your offense, be able to get new ideas, and just get better at the game, have more fun. See y'all in the next one.